Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Wednesday the 27th of May 2026, the year of green wicks and BSV Terranode in the mix. Branch of threads, expand your mind with TreeChat.ai or your post put on chain. Alright, let's see what we've got today. We're going to have to go through this interview with Rupert Lowe and Peter McCormack. Oh my god. Honestly, we'll talk about it when we get there. I'm going to have to go over this thread here. A CSW has replied, it really isn't. What could he be talking about? Yeah. I put really to respond to that one. But I have a quick look at Tree Chat, see what's going on. Loving a bit of that. Then we'll have a look at the figures, see what's up with what is going down. BSV up as you'd expect. Rinsing the market. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll finish with the Kalispell countdown. Right, let's get into it.
See Satoshi like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong and transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
Alright, here we go. So let's have a listen and comment on this then.
Which actually does less damage to the environment than putting up wind farms and solar farms everywhere. So look, we have gone definitively bonkers, and our paper is the first part of a foundation, I think, which shows people that we do have a plan and we do have an understanding of what needs to be done. And the second key paper, which is nearly complete, is our economic paper, which I've been working on with some fantastic people. So and by the way, Peter, you've said you're going to help us with our crypto paper, but I haven't seen much come out of the sausage machine yet.
Well, yeah. Let's listen to these excuses, Pete, as to why there hasn't been much paper coming out the source machine yet, shall we? Yeah. Let's listen.
So, I appreciate the offer and you were asking. I mean, to me, it would be a Bitcoin paper. I'm not going to write it because I think I should have some independence.
Bullshit. Literally, that is just a pathetic excuse. The reason you're not going to write it is because you know jack shit, sonny boy. Literally.
Bitcoin is just a lens for a failed economy.
Bullshit. More bullshit. A lens for a failed economy. What are you talking about?
If you have a good structural government, you don't actually need Bitcoin.
Oh my god, if you have a good structural government, you don't need Bitcoin. Oh what? So a government is going to prevent the effects of inflation, is it? You absolute moron.
Bitcoin is there as a lifeboat for what's wrong with government debates in our
Bitcoin and gold, they go together.
Bitcoin and gold, yes.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because Bitcoin's a metal, you absolute plonker.
Yeah, not that XRP stuff that you had before.
Oh yeah. Let's quickly change the topic from Bitcoin because I don't know anything about it. But let's talk about these shitcoins like XRP, shall we?
Well, I've still got the XRP. I didn't sell it.
Dodge that bullet, Peter, didn't you?
Turn that to Bitcoin.
That was my induction into crypto. I mean, I'm not from the crypto age, but I can see the logic, and I can see why Bitcoin is the reserve cryptocurrency.
Oh my god, Rupert, look, you've been listening to all these shitcoiners with shit for brains talking absolute shit to you. Oh, I can see why it's reserved. No, there's no such thing as a reserve. That's Federal Reserve bullshit. After they stole all the gold to try and make their fiat currency fraud a reserve currency so that it was no longer competitive to the other currencies and therefore they could be as economically reckless as they like without any economic penalty. It's all fraud, Rupert. Don't get sucked into it.
Off which everything else will be leveraged. I can see the logic of what you say. I think Bitcoin is the reserve currency
oh my god
of crypto.
So Bitcoin is restore.
Yeah, that's right. That's a really logical argument there, Pete. Yeah, Bitcoin is restore. Yeah.
XRP is the greens.
Really? Bitcoin is restore, XRP is the greens. Are we in the playground here, Pete? How old are we? What, 8, 9, 5? What the fuck?
Is it what's reform?
Reform is Ethereum.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Are we playing like top trumps here? This is just so unbelievably stupid.
Reform is Ethereum.
What, you can print as much as you want?
Yeah. Okay, so
honestly, it just does my head in. You notice how he literally just sort of like, oh yeah, let's not talk too much about the technicals of Bitcoin. Let's just move on to Ethereum and XRP and all that kind of stuff, and then start comparing it to political parties. Yeah, you know what? You don't want to talk about Bitcoin because you know nothing about it, mate. Oh, in fact, you know, we don't even really need Bitcoin if we've got a functioning government. What an absolute dickhead! Oh my god. But anyway, there we go. So Rupert needs to be told about Bitcoin. But getting into the stuff, let's check this out. So my post here seemed to have caused, bit of a hoo-ha and all that about the divisibility in Bitcoin can be increased to 16 or more decimal places. Then John Pitts weighed in, like thinking that if you divide Bitcoin, you're actually increasing the supply. Oh my god. Anyway, it just goes on a bit. Draco said here, CSW from my interaction is opposed to increasing divisibility. Personally, I'm not. You could increase the divisibility 1 billion times over, absolutely, and everything functions the same. I think it will be required by the time the value of the chain surpasses certain amount. If a SAT 1 cent, that is a major problem. Pitt said, how would 1 SAT get to 1 penny mark? Well, it'd have to go like 100 million times. 100 million X. Yeah. $100 million X. Yeah, there's a bit much. But Draco said, if it ever reaches 1 million Bitcoin, a sat becomes a penny. Arguably, the fraction starts once we reach 100,000. I don't know about time stable, but if the price gets that high, these things will become an issue. The exact when is besides the point. Making Bitcoin more divisible is simple. Fix that, change nothing about the economics. Absolutely. I do not argue with the needs to be implemented at all currently. Yeah, very true. Mitch Bircham weighed in and said, we already have the working payment channels and you could add transaction roll-ups in too if needed, but the main problem with this concept is that you're measuring it in dollars as if that's the de facto unit of measurement for future work done. By the time genuine Bitcoin is at those prices, $100,000 or even 1 million won't sound all that valuable, and a 1 cent fee will be laughable, meaningless. The actual de facto unit of measurement for future work done is the watt hour, so in other words, the energy cost. Watt hour, and the amount of watt hours your Bitcoin buys only ever goes up. The decimal place never needs to move. You can always do more with less. You could do that. And Draco has said here, payment channels aren't a suitable scaling solution for peer-to-peer cash. Well, you wouldn't really need payment channels for actual cash payment. All cash payments would just be on chain. These are for like micro payments for Internet of Things. If it's too expensive to use because the base unit is too large, add more decimal points. I don't understand the pushback. The fix is simple and again changes none of the functional properties of the system. Very true. 1 Bitcoin is still 1 Bitcoin. There are just 21 million of them. Absolutely. I acknowledge that this is likely a far off issue, but if Bitcoin actually starts to underpin everything in the economy, then the value of a single Bitcoin will be astronomical. Absolutely. The current divisibility of 100 million sats isn't going to cut it. And CSW replied, it really isn't. Yeah, absolutely. The current divisibility of 100 million sats isn't going to cut it. And CSW says, it really isn't. As in, like, it definitely won't. That's why he said you can increase the decimal place in Bitcoin to 16 or more decimal places. CSW knows. And he said it. Absolutely. 100 million bits, 100 million sats is not going to cut it. It really isn't. So in other words, it's going to need a lot more. A lot more. That's what he's saying. And there you have it, people. You know, CSW knows. He has worked everything out. I've got my own workings out on what the price per coin could potentially be. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, let's report on this. So Begans has said here, Lawsuit seeks ownership of 3.79 million BTC in dormant wallets. A lawsuit filed in New York court in May 2026 aims to declare a claimant, Noah Doe, as the legal owner of 39,000 dormant BTC wallets, targeting a total of 3.79 million BTC, according to Being Crypto. The amended complaint includes wallets attributed to Satoshi Nakamoto, early miners, Cassius Coins Holdings, and those linked to hackers. The combined value of these addresses is in the hundreds of billions of dollars at current prices. Ripple CTO David Schwartz commented on the case, suggesting that Bitcoin SV might honor such a ruling, highlighting its openness to legal pressures. Oh my god. Yeah, just had to weigh in there with that a little bit. But we're literally just going to have to see what happens. CSW is Satoshi Nakamoto. He knows. He'll know what they're doing because they're his coins. He created the system and he knows how they've tampered with it and what they've done. I mean, we're just going to have to get your popcorn ready and see where this goes. But, more shenanigans, just, kicking a can down the road, distracting people away from genuine Bitcoin. That's all that's going on. Let's have a look at Tree Chat then. So Mr. Wow said here, the money. So we got $300,000. That's what a $10 million business pays in credit card processing fees every year. Forget about product or payroll. These are fees alone. To accept money, that's already yours. Money Pay offers a different option. The math isn't complicated. The decision shouldn't be either. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The cheapest, fastest stable coin on earth because it's running on the BSV network. Loving that. Barry PR said it. Op return is a Bitcoin script opcode representing an OX6A in the hex used to embed small amounts of arbitrary data directly onto the Bitcoin blockchain. LearnMeABitcoin.com. What it does, it creates a special transaction output that is provably unspent or unspendable, also called a null data output. Any Bitcoin sent to an op return output is effectively burned permanently, locked, and cannot be spent. By Greg Water, might read that. Bruce Thompson has said here, I've created a new Facebook group called BSV Flippening to alert the price decline stroke crash of Bitcoin BTC and replacement by Bitcoin BSV. You're welcome to join. Tell others who may be at risk, unaware of what's happening, especially people who've invested in the hugely popular Bitcoin BTC. Aim is everyone finds out. Can investigate, act well, everyone wins. I'm a researcher, writer in crypto since 2014, not a licensed financial advisor. Oh, loving that though. Made a Facebook group. There we go. Loving that. BSV Flippening. We know it's coming. We know it's coming. Yeah, it looks like people using Tree Chat more and more, minting stuff. Hey. Great stuff. Loving the use of that. Oh dear. I do enjoy people's sense of humour now and again. Excellent stuff. Right, let's see what's going on here. Look at this. Bitcoin with 6.2 million transactions over the last 24 hours, representing 63.2% of the entire crypto market. Loving that. We'll just cross-reference that. Oh, that looks like it's 5.4 now. That's going down. Let's refresh this one. Where are we? Oh, 5.7 there. Let's have a look at the overall dashboards. Yeah, op return, 5.4 million transactions. All right. Let's have a look at the mining stats. 24 hours will do nicely. Tal 23.1, QD-Link 16.3, Kuv 12.2, Molepool 12.2, Gorilla Pool 10.2, SA100 10.2, Mining Dutch 10.2, Cryptex 3.4, Tal Terranode 2, and that's all we've got on there. All right. 365 days of Bitcoin history. We're now the May 27th. Here we go. May 27th, just got one. Oh, May 27th, 1946. SEC versus WJ Howico 1946 was decided on May 27th, 1946. Check it out. So that's where they defined a registrable security as an investment of money in a common enterprise with the expectation of profit based on the efforts of others. So an expectation of money, or an investment of money, means an investment of value from someone in a common enterprise, meaning an offer that's open to the public, not private, with the expectation of profit, so a return on the investment based on the efforts of others, which is joint venture. So not like a Ponzi scheme that doesn't have any joint venture because there's nobody working to produce or manufacture anything. That's where it falls down there. But 27th of May, 1946, there we go. 27th of May, 2011, we got Bitcoin. Just a bit here from Bitcoin Talk. Yeah, just a bit of Bitcoin history there. There we go, not too much exciting. Right, Kellenschweller countdown. We're now on day 251 of the Kellenschweller countdown. When's it going to finish? You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
I understand.
Do you?
Do you? This is it. I'm telling you, this is it.
The king still has one more move.